Good evening. Ben Mankiewicz with you on TCM. Throughout November, TCM is plotting to make you unsettled, paranoid, suspicious, even of those closest to you. Actually, we're only doing this on Wednesday nights. The rest of the month, we encourage you to enjoy your time with the people you love. But as this is the third Wednesday of the month, we have another lineup of conspiratorial political thrillers. We begin tonight with the first of four tense dramas where the enemy is universally hated, or ought to be anyway, the Nazis. In the case of our first film, they exist in the form of a secret post-war organization trying to keep their sinister worldview alive. From Columbia Pictures in 1974, The Odessa File. The story kicks off in 1963. While the world reels from the fallout of the murder of President John F. Kennedy, a sinister plot directed at Israel is brewing in Europe. A West German journalist, played by Jon Voight, stumbles across the diary of a Holocaust survivor. There's a recent entry saying the man had recently seen a notorious SS officer named Edward Roschmann, a real SS officer and a real war criminal. The reporter becomes obsessed with finding Roschmann and exposing the secret organization protecting him. This is a fictionalized account of Roschmann based on a best-selling novel by Frederick Forsyth. The real Roschmann was the commandant of the Riga ghetto in Latvia, where the Nazis murdered tens of thousands of Latvian Jews. In the Odessa File, Roschmann is played by Maximilian Schell, who won a Best Actor Oscar for Judgment at Nuremberg, where he played the defense attorney for notorious Nazis. Frederick Forsyth wrote a number of novels adapted for the screen, most notably The Day of the Jackal, which became a 1973 movie directed by Fred Zinnemann, starring Edward Fox. The novel has been adapted a few times, including a British series airing on Peacock, starring Eddie Redmayne as the assassin known as the Jackal. This film shares the same producer, John Wolfe, and screenwriter Kenneth Ross behind Zinnemann's 1973 film, although Ross had a co-writer on this one, George Markstein. The director is British filmmaker Ronald Neame, fresh from his 1972 all-star disaster flick, The Poseidon Adventure. The Odessa File score is from Andrew Lloyd Webber, one of only two non-musical films on his resume. Obviously, nobody breaks into song here, but there is a somewhat anachronistic tune under the credits that Webber co-wrote with his longtime lyricist Tim Rice. It's called Christmas Dream, and it's performed by Perry Como. From 1974, also with Maria Schell, Maximilian Schell's sister, Jon Voight leads the cast of The Odessa File. Simon Wiesenthal, played by Shmuel Rudensky in The Odessa File, was a heroic, real-life Nazi hunter. He was determined to track down and bring to justice all of Adolf Hitler's living henchmen. Wiesenthal became involved in the making of The Odessa File when Frederick Forsyth sought him out for advice while Forsyth was writing the novel. Forsyth wanted his help in creating a fictional Nazi concentration camp commander. Why invent, Forsyth remembered Wiesenthal telling him. I have the man for you. Wiesenthal produced a thick file that detailed the horrors perpetrated by Edward Roschmann, who served as the commandant of the Riga ghetto in Latvia. The Odessa File, on which Wiesenthal served as a technical advisor, brought new attention to Roschmann, who was eventually tracked down to Argentina. Despite an arrest warrant, Roschmann was never extradited to West Germany. In 1977, Roschmann reportedly died of a heart attack in Paraguay, though Wiesenthal remained skeptical that the dead body actually belonged to the infamous Nazi. After some forensic identification, Wiesenthal came to believe that there was indeed a 75% chance that the dead man in Paraguay was indeed Roschmann. Coming up, a movie that asks a simple but unforgettable question. Is it safe? Laurence Olivier is a Nazi war criminal and dentist opposite Dustin Hoffman in Marathon Man. Next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Marathon Man, then Manhunt, and later, 36 Hours. The clock is ticking on TCM tonight.